Hey guys, and welcome to my first POTA here. For some reason, the audio didn't come through on this clip, but basically, I'm explaining that I'm at Pranagat Wildlife Refuge Park US 0468 and explaining the antenna setup that we set up here, which was the Impasse 2.0 and the vertical configuration with the counterpoise off to the side there. And it should be a decent DX antenna for where you're at. We were only running the IC 705 with 10 watts, and basically it was a little bit of a pain to find a good place in the ground to stake into, but finally found a spot that should work for us. So it's a little bit windy out there today, and only a few miles an hour, but right next to the road might make it a little difficult. And I'll apologize if the audio is undoable. So I guess we'll see what happens next. Basically, the audio on this clip got messed up too. So basically explaining my setup with the truck that I have. It has a battery pack because it's a hybrid, and basically the vehicle will just kick on and off as we operate to give us the power to the Starlink, which the Starlink is then hooked up to my iPad with Hammers, and Hammers was going to be our logging app that we were going to use for the day. Picture there's IC705 with a full POV cage, the ICOM antenna tuner, the AH705, as well as a BioNO 6 amp hour battery, which would give us the full 10 watts that we would want to use in this QRP situation that we had going on today.
All right, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get Hammers all set up. So if you don't know what Hammers is a logging app that everybody seems to like. And actually, before I do that, I'm going to log on to POTA.app. And when I get on the POTA.app, see what's going on. And I can kind of see the active spots and stuff like that. And since I am at Pranagat, which is US 0468 is the park that I'm at today. And this park encompasses an upper lake, a lower lake, and even this middle part here where I'm at right now kind of covers the whole wildlife refuge. So it's a pretty cool spot. If you come bring a trailer up here sometime, it'd be really cool. So it looks like there's not been but 28 activations of this whole entire park. So I guess we're not very actively active all the time, but the last one was, I don't know, about 15 days ago. It looks like 14, 15 days ago. So that's okay. But I'm going to go ahead and take down this park number here. Log in with my parks on the air stuff. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to search for call signs and parks. Pranagat US-0468. And then since this is, I think, the first time I've ever used this, I'm going to have to probably go to spots and just do add spot US-0468. And then I'm going to do, let's see what we're going to pick up over here for frequency real quick. So I don't know how well you see the screen, but I'm going to go ahead and, it looks like 20 meters is pretty hot right now. So I'm going to go ahead and see what I can get done on 20 meters. So 20 meters starts at like 14,175, if I remember right. And we're going to go ahead and put this in not data mode. And we're going to go out the span a little bit here. So we're hearing some stuff out there, so I'm gonna try mm, 14,210 looks clear, so I'm gonna go ahead and make a call out and see if anybody's using the frequency and go from there. All right, so I got my call sign in there and I got the frequency I'm gonna use, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit this spot button right here. And that's gonna put me here at the wildlife refuge. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start my logging software up and we'll get Hammers going and I'll show you what that looks like. All right, so here in Hammers, I'm creating my logbook and you can kind of see what it looks like. And I got the park name right up here. I don't know how you can see it. And then I need to add the frequency to this. 14 to 10. And then park US-0468. So I got that all in there. And so that's set. And I'm pretty sure that picked up the right grid square, I hope. I don't know, it's the first time I've used this, so I'm gonna go ahead and start making some calls and seeing if we can get some contacts and hopefully get to 10 and be a successful activation for the first time around.
Hey guys, Roy from the future here. Just wanted to show you how this works in Hammers. So I went ahead and put the park title in for the logbook and selected POTA and create logbook. And this is just a test that I was doing after the fact to kind of show you guys. So I'm just going to set up like a quick FT8 log. So we're going to go like 14074, and then we're going to change the data mode to FT8. My call sign's already there. I'm going to go ahead and add my power, and I'm going to add my park. And I think if I would have put the dash in there, it would have actually gave me the correct grid square. So I'll make sure to do that next time. So I just went ahead and put in the grid square manually, which was DM26, I believe, just for an example. And then I could, at that point in time, I could spot myself. So I didn't know you could spot yourself on the Hammers app until afterwards. Otherwise, I would have done everything in Hammers. And so you can actually go over to the POTA spots on the right there and hit add spot, and you can add yourself in your spot while you're there as long as your device is connected to either cellular or Wi-Fi. So hope this helps you guys.
All right, so if I mess this up, don't blame me. All right, we're all tuned up, we're ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a recording real quick. I just realized it's not 40, it's 20 meters.
November 7 Romeo Alpha Juliet and 7RAJ calling CQ Parks on the air. CQ Parks on the air at US 0468 and standing by.
All right, got a good recording I'm happy with.
November 7 Romeo Alpha Juliet and 7RAJ calling CQ Parks on the air. CQ Parks on the air at US 0468 and standing by.
Kilo 7 X-ray Alpha Oscar, was it?
Kilo 7 Alpha X-ray Oscar. Whiskey Delta 5 Alpha Fox Radio.
All right, QSL, you're 5-9 today into Park US-0468. Thanks for the contact.
And you're 5-4 into Western Washington State. Thank you for the activation.
Thank you. N7RAJ, Parks on the air, QRZ. Whiskey Alpha 5, come again?
Okay, it's Whiskey Delta 5 Alpha Fox Radio. I got you 57 New Mexico.
All right, that's Whiskey Delta 5 Alpha Foxtrot Romeo, QSL.
QSL 57 New Mexico.
All right, 57 New Mexico. Good to hear from you, and thanks for the contact. 73. N7RAJ, Parks on the air, QRZ.
Kilo 7 Uniform Alpha Papa.
All right, that's Kilo 7 Uniform Alpha Papa. I got you 5-9 into Park US-0468 today.
QSL, you're about 5-5 into Western Washington.
All right, QSL, thanks for the contact today.
Yeah, 73, good luck.
73. N7RAJ, Parks on the air, QRZ. Wow, we already got 3 already. That was pretty quick. I'm going to go ahead and call out again since we didn't have anybody waiting. What I need to do is I need to figure out how I can just put their call sign in this and have it populate all their info because it doesn't look like it's doing that. You spot myself since it's been a minute. I had to look to make sure my antenna didn't fall over. Let me check the band conditions. 20 meters is still looking like our best bet. I mean, we can go to 17 or 15 and see what happens there, but thinking that 20 is still going to be our best bet.
Standing by.
Whiskey
Bravo 5 Lima Juliet Oscar.
All right, that was Whiskey Bravo 5 Juliet Oscar, QSL.
Whiskey Bravo 5 Lima Juliet Oscar. You're 5x5 West Texas Tango X-ray.
All right, that's Whiskey Bravo 5 Lima Juliet Oscar, and you are 5'9" into US 0468 today out here in Nevada, QSL.
QSL, have fun, WB5LJ073.
All right, that's 4. It's a little difficult to put all the information in at once while you're trying to do two things, I'll admit. And I'm usually really good at multitasking, but having the iPad with the keyboard actually makes it pretty easy, if I'm being honest. So, tell you what though, we got to figure out a logging solution that'll just pull in their info out of QRZ. That'd make my life a lot easier. But maybe I just don't have it set up right because it's the first time I'm using it. But I like the layout of it a lot. So the hammers is pretty cool. I'm really digging this POV cage too. This is pretty cool. Tell you what, that record feature on the 705 is just killer. I just noticed on the Hammers app that you can link in the POTA, your POTA credentials to it, which is probably why they want your QRZ credentials too. So I got to learn the Hammers app. I don't know, guys. We're only 4 in, but I'll, even if we're not successful, I'll make sure to upload my logs. But I think we're going to bounce around the band a little bit and see if we can pick something else up. I've got the log working out where it auto-populates everybody's information, but we're just not hearing anything on the lower end. We're gonna have to.
November 7 Romeo Alpha Juliet parks on the air.
We're gonna probably have to move up. The 6 Papa Fox station.
November 6, Papa Foxtrot, you're 5 and 5 here in Northern California, go ahead.
All right, that was November 6 Papa Fox. You are a 5'9" into Alamo, Nevada today, sir. QRZ?
Nice signal, 5 and 5 here in Northern California. Have a good one.
Have a good one. Thanks for the contact.
Kilowatt Golf 7, Charlie Whiskey.
That's Kilowatt Golf 7 Charlie Whiskey.
Roger. You're running about a 5x4, 5x4, 90.
And you're a clean 5x9 here in Nevada today, and we're QRP, so I'm surprised we're making it all the way over to you today.
Signal 73, thanks for the contact.
73.
Okay, park to park station, come again.
Yeah, Park to Park, November 7, Romeo Alpha Juliet, currently at US 0468, and you are 5 and 9. QRZ or QSL?
Romeo Alpha Juliet, QSL.
Yeah, November 7, Romeo Alpha Juliet at Park US 0468. You are 5'9". QSL?
5'9", at US 0468, 57 or 57 US 4542 QSL.
QSL, thanks for the contact, 73.
Yeah, something to note here, guys. When you're hunting park to park on the Hammers app, you can see all the current spots, and you can easily hit a button, and it's really easy to log a contact with that park to park using the Hammers app. So that's what I was doing on this one. So I already knew what park he was at, and I didn't even have to ask him because I could see his spot, and it was really easy to bring all that information in through Hammers and to be able to log the contact. So something you might want to consider using if you're doing your first POTA or already experienced doing POTA is trying out the Hammers app. So give it a shot. So guys, this is just me sitting here basically time-lapsed me trying to get a bunch of park-to-park stations, and I'm pretty much failing miserably at it. So the 10 watts just wasn't enough to get through to most of the other stations that had a lot of higher wattage calls coming in.
November 7 Romeo Alpha Juliet parks on the air at US-0468, calling CQ.
We might have to just FT8 the last 3 contacts.
November 7 Romeo Alpha Juliet, CQ parks on the air at US-0468 and standing by. November 7 Romeo Alpha Juliet parks on the air at US-0468, calling CQ on 20 meters. November 7 Romeo Alpha Juliet, CQ parks on the air at US-04.
All right, so it was like 30 minutes, and I wasn't able to get another contact either by me calling park to park. They were just jammed up, or they weren't hearing me. I don't know what the case may be, but the antenna Still looks like it's up and good, but I don't know, just not getting out. 10 watts isn't gonna get out as good as, let's say, 100 or 50 or 30 on data. So I'm firing up the old laptop really quickly, and we're gonna try and make the final 3 contacts on FT8. I was able to get 1 park to park, and yeah, so we're gonna try and just get 1 more or 3 more contacts just to call the activation good. But we've been here like an hour now, so it's kind of shocking that we haven't gotten the activation done, because there's a lot of traffic out there right now. Just maybe I'm just not getting through with just 10 measly watts. So lesson learned on that one. So T8 contacts and call it good for the day, because I'd like to get home. All right, we got FT8 up. So I'm just trying to find a good spot for me to call. Good SWR, good tune. Let's go ahead and fire out some. Let's go ahead and fire out and see what we can hear.
I won't bore you guys with anything. This is just me getting the last couple FT8 contacts in the log, and I ended up getting 4. That way we had 11. Just
all right, so just wrapped up the first POTA I've ever done out here at Pranaget, US 0468, and that didn't go at all how I expected. And granted, it's the middle of the day, so the band conditions may not be the best, but we were, calling out on 20 meters for most of it. We even tried 15 for a little bit, 17 for a little bit, and it just didn't go how I expected, and I'll tell you why. We're running the 705, and the 705 is a great rig, but it just seems like today there's just a lot of pileups. So 10 watts just may not do it for a good POTA rig, if I'm being honest. And most of the guys I see doing a lot of POTA are running about 50 watts. So we may have to rethink this whole POTA strategy as far as the antenna goes. I was hearing all kinds of places, even some DX and whatnot, but I just may not have enough power to get out. So unless people are hunting me actively, more than likely it's gonna, and I kept respawning myself to try and get people to maybe come to my frequency and get me locked down for a contact, but after the first 4 or 5 people, it just died off after that. So I don't know, kind of tough to say, but I do appreciate everybody out there who I got in the log today. And when I did get good contacts, it was great quality on the voice and everything like that. It's just I may have to rethink strategy a little bit, whether it be antenna strategy or power, with the ICOM. Maybe I'll have to think about getting another rig, like maybe like a 7100 or something like that to take portable with me, considering I have portable power here in the back of the truck. So definitely just learned a lot just by doing it. So the only thing I could say to you guys, if you're going to get out there and try it, is just get out and try it. I will say though that I absolutely loved the Hammers app when I got it all set up correctly, and I could get it working to where I could type in the call sign and it would bring up their name and their state, and it was quickly easy for me to go, yep, boom, log the contact. So I still have, I think, a little bit more to learn with Hammers. That's HAMRS. But so far I really like the logging program, so I might actually start using that while I'm at home. But the only thing is that at home when I'm doing QSOs, either FT8 or Phonetic, I like being able to look at their QRZ page and stuff like that and seeing, maybe they have a similar interest to mine. Maybe, maybe they're a pilot, maybe they're a motorcycle rider like me as well. And, maybe just we have something in common, which is kind of cool when you're talking on the radio with somebody. There was a guy I talked to the other day in Montana, and he was also a pilot, so we talked for a few minutes, and I got to ask him some questions about his Flex radio rig that I've been looking at getting, and it was really cool. So I like being able to do that. You can't really do that when you're out here in POTA. Like, you just got to be quick and on the trigger, and I think the thing that kind of caught me off guard a little bit is you got to be really quick on putting in the call signs and stuff like that to get them all logged in, which is why most of the people you see doing a lot of POTAs like this, they're very quick on the keyboard. And I think part of that is because I'm holding a microphone at the same time trying to listen and trying to talk back with one hand on the keyboard. So a lot of people like Michael KB9VBR, who I've watched Michael's stuff for years, probably ever since I got my license back in 2011 or 2012. And Michael KB9VBR, you notice he wears the headset and he's got the push to talk right on his hand, so he can freely get to the keyboard and type in whatever he wants to type in as far as call signs and stuff. You know, you can just bing and on to the next. So I think two or three major things learned today. One, the Hammers app is awesome, even if you got to pay a couple bucks for it. Two, a headset would be very ideal. And three, you definitely need some power to get over the pileups if you're going to hunt park to park. That's where I got into a lot of trouble, is when I was trying to hunt park to park, which I was only able to get one. The pileups were just insane. So either that or, you know, I think more power is going to be the ticket to that. So hammers, headset, more power, or different strategy on the rig next time. That's what I learned today. So when will I get out here and do another POTA again? I don't know about out here, but maybe I'll go out somewhere near my house and do a POTA out there and see what happens. But anyways, thanks for watching the vlog today and joining me on my first POTA expedition. And this won't be the last. This was nice to sit outside and just kind of enjoy the nice cool weather. It's about 65 degrees out here. And besides being too close to the road, I really enjoyed being out here today. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and sign off and say 73s.